What's up, everybody? So today, me and Mike are gonna talk about. This is a topic we're talking about today. So, how is it like to import a car from Japan? So, this is a good question, right? I personally imported the giveaway car, the 300ZX, and the one before that we did giveaway R33, right? And I imported NSX and other car, and I actually imported K-Truck before, and the Honda B, the K car, there's stuff like that. I have a couple experience, so I know how to do those stuff. Here, Mike, on the other hand, you have no clue how this works, yes?
Absolutely not.
Alright, so it's kind of like a good point of view here. So, what kind of car you like in Japan? Like, if you have money, right? You're buying a car from Japan today. What are you buying?
R32 GTR.
Okay, that's a good one. So, you have the money. We're gonna go buy a car. What's your first step you think you'll be doing? Because I know some people there. You don't. So what do you think your first step you are gonna be doing to buy that car? You have the money. Money is not the issue because you are ready to buy. It's kind of right. Like it's like
Well, first things first, I guess. Get the title, obviously. Right?
Yeah, get the title. But the thing is, you gotta find the car. You don't even. How are you gonna find the car?
Well, I was probably like over here. If you're shopping from here, most likely like have to go like from auction websites.
Okay.
Like easier.
Because like I'm talking, we know each other, but you don't know me. Like I'm talking from like, some people that watching this video or somebody is one day, I don't know, they find the money or whatever, they want to buy a car. They don't know nobody. How are they going to buy it?
It's a good question.
Right? I mean, it's a good question. That's why I'm wanted to make this a topic. Because I know, like I said, I know how to do it because I know few people over there. But what if you don't know nobody there? Like, so you're gonna have to find a car in Japan. Are you gonna go over there to find it? Is that your plan? Or like, if I'm buying, if that was the money, all money I have, right? And you wanna make sure you have the right car because picture is nice, easy to take nice picture, right? But if you look at it, like just like over here, everybody can take nice pictures. But if you go over there and look, you have a problem, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So obviously the Skyline R32 is not gonna be cheap car. So if you're spending that kind of money, you saved up all this hard work, you probably wanna see it, right? In person before. So yeah, you're gonna have to go to Japan for that, right? You have to actually go and see. Unless you have someone that you can trust, right? But
Yeah.
most people don't, right? So you're gonna go into Japan, right? So again, we talked about in the other video. How much is the flight ticket again? I mean, it's gonna change depending on the season, but roughly what?
Roughly about like 1,700 to.
So 15 to 2 grand, right?
Yeah.
So that's your first cost. You're gonna go over there and look at the cars, right? Because you want to make sure you buy the right car, right? And what is your next step? Because now you're in Japan. So we went to travel in Japan, right? We kind of drove a lot, right? Like we
Exactly,
did a lot of stuff. Did you see Skyline R32 GTR on the dealership?
No. That's what's they're all very limited. So.
Because we went like shopping. So I haven't been in Japan. This is in Japan for like after almost 15 to 17 years later I'm visiting again. When I lived there, I went to middle school. So no, I don't know anything about cars back then. I used to just go to school just like regular teenage people, right? So again, go back to that. So you go to Japan. Now you gotta find a dealership that sells this car or private people. What's your next move?
Just go check out the car. See
Yeah, but how? So what are you gonna? You're gonna use like a website or something, or
Most
look it up?
likely the website, because I mean, like, who would drive around wasting the gas looking for a
Right.
GTR if you don't know where, where the dealer is? So obviously, a website. Then I guess most likely because it's a GTR, you'll have to go call about
Right.
it first, and then like set up an appointment on a certain day to go see it.
Right. that's very hard, right? So you probably wanna, before you go there, you wanna do research on the Google or something, right? Right? Because you gotta find it. Because once you get there, you have most people stay there for what, 1 week maybe?
Yeah.
Realistically, because you have your job here, right? Or you have your school to go to or whatever. So let's say we have 1 week to do this. Oh, right? So you go there, finding a car. I think it's pretty hard. Like I actually went after you left. I found Skyline R32, but I tell you what, it was immaculate condition, but it was very expensive. Like I was like shocked. But anyway, so you find it, you go there, right? Now your next problem is your language problem.
Exactly.
So what are you gonna do about that? You're gonna be doing like this? Yeah, translate this? Is that what you're gonna be doing or?
I mean, since you have like all the money in the world, might as well go get someone that, you know, buy some services, some translating services.
I'm sure you would think there is a service out there for translator, right? Yeah. I don't know. We never tried one because I speak myself. He didn't need one when we're there. But you would think people out there they're selling the translating skill. How much does that cost? You think for a day, maybe?
Who knows? Maybe like a couple $100.
Okay. So now we're talking 2,500. This is before the car, right? So I don't know how much the car is nowadays, but you buy the car, boom, you finish. Okay, let's say you found the car, right? I'm sure you're gonna be I think you know what? You're gonna be spending more than 1 day to actually find the car. No, you're gonna look at more than one car.
Probably.
This is probably like we're talking probably $40,000 to $50,000 car here. So I don't think you're not gonna look at the first car and buy, would you? That's all. That's all the money you have.
Yeah, exactly.
You have 40. Well, let's say if you have $50,000 saved up. That's all you got. You got no second choice. So if that was me, I would look more than few and then pick. So like, oh, this is 35K, this is 45K. Is it worth difference? So yeah, so you probably need a couple of days to like, right, go look at it.
Yeah.
And then, are you gonna walk? No. So you're gonna rent a car?
The thing is too, you also gotta figure out how close these GTs are, the R32s are,
right?
And if they're the same model. There are a bunch of R32s, R33, 34s, but they're not all GTRs, and they're all in multiple locations. So you gotta travel there, travel to another place. So you gotta, you know, that takes part of time too.
Yeah. So you know, remember we went to Tokyo. We fly to Tokyo, right? And then we went Tokyo to Osaka.
Exactly.
So that could be a long drive. That's 8 hours apart. You know? So that's what you guys have to do if you don't know anybody, right? Like we're just thinking as, you know, what would normal people do. And let's say you finally find the car, you buy it, right? Next step is you gotta ship it back to your country. I don't know, like, are you gonna wait until like you actually ship, or you just find the company and let them deal with it? What do you think?
Now, you have more experience in this. I'm guessing that you most likely have to go find a company, an exporter company, right?
Yeah.
And you have to negotiate with them about what they have to do with the car and how they're gonna handle the car.
Right.
And then how you're gonna have to transfer that to your country's like standards, because like they all have car standards too.
So the first step really is, the first problem is, I don't know where you buying the car from, dealership or private sale, right? If you're doing a private sale, you're gonna have to, Japan is really strict with the title, probably more than USA. If you have, some people obviously out there scammer too. You don't know what you're looking at on titles, right? So you can't buy, you know, because you know, some people in Japan think, oh, you don't know anything about it. Maybe I can sell you the car with junk title. You will never know. So you probably don't wanna use private unless you speak the language and know what you're looking at, right? And you buy from dealership, at least dealership are hopefully legit more, right? And you buy the car. So first problem, storage. Because you buy the car, right? You wanna pay for the car, so it's yours for sure. Right? You don't wanna be like, you know, maybe sold tomorrow or on you. Because usually when you buy a car, right, for our luck, it gets sold.
Exactly.
So you want to pay for it, make sure it's your car, right? And next problem is your storage. So, for me, I have a person that, I can tow it to and store it for. But that's your next problem, paying for storage. So obviously nobody want to pay for storage, so, trying to get that thing shipped right away, right? So that's your next step, calling up the shipping company, make appointment, whatever. That's another hard work right there, right? So it's not out of importing, in my opinion. Just buy the car, do it yourself. That's what we're talking about. You have to do. There's a lot of company in USA today that they ship it for you. I mean, obviously, nobody in the business to not make money. Yes. So I don't want to say use the word you're gonna get ripped off, but at some point you are getting ripped off because they have to make money.
Exactly.
Right? So if the car actually costs 40,000, right? And I don't know what the company usually make. I would assume that's myself too. I want 10-20% on for everything. That's when I would assume people need to make money for all that money transaction. So either you pay for all that or you go to Japan. But you think about it, right? By the time you taking trip, right? And looking at the car yourself, hiring a translator, figuring out storage, figuring out how to ship it when these company already know what to do.
Now,
so is 10% paying 10% to 20%? I don't know what the markup is in USA. You think about it?
I feel like either way, you'll cut on transport costs like significantly. Let's say you drive the car to the port, right?
Yep.
And it's ready to go. There's no more transport costs. You can cut out the transport costs, except for obviously the boat, right? But for finding the car and trying to, obviously talk to a Japanese person and you don't even know the language, that'd be a lot harder. So there's cost into that too.
And it's a good thing if you buy. So my S15, right? I know how to import it. Guess what? I bought it here because I don't want to go to Japan. I don't want to find the car in Japan. Even me too. I know people, but I still have to pay for towing. I still have to pay for storage. When the car is here, it's all set, and you know what I mean. It's probably is the best way. I think personally, it's up to you guys. If you guys want to experience all this, you can. Cause once you go over there. What if you don't even find the car? What if you don't like the car? I'm sure you're not gonna just go over there and come back. You're gonna sightseeing. So, it's not completely a waste. But your whole purposes of this trip was to buy a car.
Exactly.
So yeah. So again, we just talked about importing a car. What is it like? That's what you guys have to think about here to import a car.
Now, they can also, and they really do not want to. They can't spend the time to Japan. You can talk to a company like Stack Exports, and they will find the car for you. But of course, that comes at a cost.
Right.
They store it, they transport it, they find the car for you, and then they export it.
But there's a cost, but there's a lot less headache too, don't you think? Because now, I don't know who to ship it to. I don't know who is towing for me. All that is them doing it. So I personally think legit company only is worth it to pay for the markup that they have to make money. Because nothing is free in this world. But all the headache, it's kind of worth it. What do you think?
I feel like to save a significant amount of money, like thousands of dollars, I think would be worth it.
So you buying an R32 GTR, that's let's say 50 grand car, right? If you buy in Japan, right? Markup probably between 5 to 10 grand, right? But you paying trip fee 2 grand, shipping whatever, all that add up, probably gonna be 5 grand. And so I think it's worth it to pay.
Plus you get the experience.
Right, those guys know what they're doing, So, but that was just a random topic that we wanted to talk about today. If you guys like it, give me a likes, subscribe, and comment. below and give me like some topic that we should talk about on next time. And I see you guys on next video.